So what do you see happening short term? Another recession?
If we have another recession in the U.S., the only way we can get that is if the rest of the world gets in trouble fast enough. We do believe that China is a kind of time bomb. It depends when does the leadership miscalculate as it tries to keep the economy growing a little bit more slowly so it doesn't create even greater debt imbalances and greater overcapacity, but at the same time doesn't want the economy to slow where it has recession. We think sooner or later they're going to make a miscalculation, but who knows when. More predictable, I think, is what's happening in the rest of the emerging market sector. Overall, these countries, each one's different, but you put them together, and they invested an enormous amount in building up their export capacity at a very high rate for a number of years. And now that they've really overshot, and this huge investment boom that's been keeping them going is just starting to roll over. That's going to be a big problem. So, we've been advising our clients to underweight emerging markets, and throw China in there. China's a little bit more unpredictable, but certainly the rest of the emerging markets, and to, if anything, maybe even short them, which we're doing in our own portfolio.
What else are you telling clients to do right now, given this scenario you see?
Number one is to keep in mind that the objective is to get through what are going to be some rough bumps, but part of a healing process, because we're extremely optimistic over the next generation. Now, that's very long term for most investors, certainly. But number one is we are very bullish on long Treasury bonds. We have not yet seen the bottom. We're going to get a little bit of deflation in our next recession, and that's going to bring yields to new lows. We've been going through this every single business cycle since the early 80s. We'd make a forecast for yields to come down on the next recession, and people say, no, it can't do that. But it has. And now they think, okay, it can't go any lower. But yet, one more time, we're going to see under 1% on the 10-year.
Under 1%?
Yeah, which is similar to what happened in Japan. Yeah.
So in terms of Treasuries, you like those?
I like Treasuries. I think, our view is stock market, it's a little tough for us to take an aggressive position, either long or short. What we do feel, though, is that the U.S. stock market over time, 6 months or longer, will outperform the European markets and the emerging market stock markets. So that we're doing a long short in our own portfolios with that, and or at least they're telling a lot of our clients to shift the weightings of their international portfolios that way. That's one thing. I think that there are a number of areas where there's just too much complacency and too much expectation that trends are on their way back to good old normal. And if you look at the balance sheets of the world economy and the U.S. economy, we are nowhere near returning to normal.